Welcome, my people. It's good to be back here with stories and gist, but don't forget news above all. Did you know I have this question for you for my Ebonyi State people? Your current governor. What do you know about your current governor? Because some news just came on the internet and we decided to divide to you. How many of you know that your current governor, His Excellency Mwafuru Ogbonna Francis, was once a bricklayer? Shocking, right? I was surprised too. Before we get into the story, for those of you that are not familiar with this face, this is the ugly, and with me is our honorable, the beautiful, the highest, the number one, the queen of the Igbo Online. Mama, what's your name? Please tell them.
Tiwa says in the building.
So welcome, Tiwa says.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's always nice to have you on my show with all your knowledge and intelligence. It's not easy. She has been in this game for so long.
What game is that?
This game of Oh well. So getting back to our story of today, this story is very, very, I would have said juicy, but I don't know if my director would allow that. But if he does, good for you guys. So for this man, this story is it's something that caught my fancy. She's my English teacher. I know she's always ready to correct me. But this story caught my fancy because how many governors you see today that came from such backgrounds, So this just brings me to, because he was married then, a picture came up with this story, and this picture had him, his wife, and his child, and how they were living back then. So this particular story the first thing I want to bring out of this story is, see the wife that stood by him when he was a bricklayer. He's still here now that he's a governor. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, it just goes to show that there are good women out there. We women are good. We're supportive.
It's not all women.
And another key thing, even though the man did not have money then, he must have been good to her. Must have been a good man, or he is a good man. Because the woman would just not, even if you don't have something, she will just not stay if you are not good to her. So he must have been a good man, even though he didn't have. And she must have seen his potential. So,
wow, his potential to be a governor.
Well, to be something good, to be something great. He must have had ambition, So
this goes as far back as 2010, when he was still a bricklayer. And then as at 2011, somebody just saw him and, enrolled him and sponsored him to be one of the House of Assembly's member. And luckily for him, he became one. Within this course of time, like within 14 years, don't you think a lot might have happened between him, his wife, family, and everything?
To do?
Like you said, good women, but money, they say money is the root of all evil. So money sometimes can be an issue.
Yes, I understand. That's why I said, he must be a good man. So, because being a good man really does not always mean that you have money. That, okay, you have a lot of money to spend, but maybe with the little that you have, you still give. You are still family oriented. You are still willing to do this and do that, and treat his woman nice. So of course, any woman will be the backbone of such a man. And I'm sure that when the post came out, it was like, so there are good women out there. And I'm sure the man, in his speech, if he ever has one, when he wants to mention the people that were there for him, he would definitely mention his wife, that she was his backbone or something like that. So women, that's
some women. Actually.
That's our part, that's the part we play. We
some women
solidly behind our man.
But I think you should advise the women that are not part of these good women. I think you should have like an advice.
Yes, because some women, especially these days, they just want a ready-made man.
Indomie women, actually.
Yes, they want a ready-made man. They are not even ready to suffer with any man or to endure or to surulere. They are not ready for surulere. They are going for Olorun Shogo, a ready-made man that is already made. And then there's a backside to that, because when you go for a ready-made man, they will tell you your story now. They will tell you where you're coming from. That's when they can chase you out of the house, like, do you know where I'm coming from? Were you part of this? You just came here now. Everything is ready, and then you think, so don't let anyone come and be telling you a story so you too. Before you tell your story, like, okay, was I not the one that bought Gary for you when you were when you were suffering? Did I not take charge of the house? Was I not the one doing the feeding? So it's always good to grow with your man. So you guys can grow together and have stories to tell together. Looking back, like, oh, we've come this far. You've been there for me, I've been there for you. That kind of thing. Instead of just, okay, no, me, I can't suffer with any man. Oh, you must be rich. You must have 10 million in his account. Meanwhile, 200 naira you have in your own. Like,
to just sum all of that up is, you people should not turn to Indomie women anymore, like the women of the now. Plan ahead, build a life with a partner, plan a future. That's what she's basically saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
and while you are planning with the future, plan, don't just plan for your partner. Like, don't just be there for your partner. As your partner is growing, also grow. Right. Because if you are not growing as your partner is growing, when your partner is grown, they will still push you by the side because you would have fallen below standard. So as your partner is growing, be growing so that you are when you now get to the destination that you have both been eyeing, you are both at the same standard. Not that, oh, he's not looking down at you that you don't fit my standard anymore, or she doesn't fit, that kind of thing.
So you heard. Well, I feel like this story, it's like one of those stories where we say from grass to grace.
Grace, yep.
It just takes one man to change your life. God will not come down from heavens to do that. It just takes one man, because in his story, a man sponsored him to the house, like I mentioned before, and enrolled him on the House of Assembly, where he happened to be one of them. So from the House of Assembly, he rose to be the the Speaker of the House of Assembly. And that's a plus, because without this man, don't forget, there was a man. This man, his name was not mentioned, his face was not shown, but there was a man in the picture that helped him become a member of the House of Assembly.
Destiny helper.
Yes. As we have a destiny truncator, we also have destiny helper. Yes.
We have not heard that before.
Some people, yes, people destroy other people's destiny, because when you see mad people on the road, I don't think they are destined to be mad. If you ask me,
some people made themselves mad.
They are not. I don't think anybody is destined to be mad. There are people, I don't want to get into that right now, but I just feel like, do you have any take on this one? Like him being helped by this man, because there has to be something before I would want to invest in you, because it takes a lot of, belief.
Yes, it must have. This also goes back to the man. Like I said earlier, that he must be a good man. For the woman to have stayed with him even when he had nothing, when he was just a bricklayer, to now. So there must be something about him, that the other person saw too, that the man in hiding, the faceless one, saw in him and saw, oh, this is potential. No, I have to help this person. This person has the capacity for this, to do this, and just decided, okay, let me push him. And he pushed him.
And today, he's the governor. That's really good. And guys, guess what? Education, you can never stop learning. You can have your education at any time. It's never too late. Because for this, our governor now, Nwafuru, he wrote his work as a member of the House of Assembly. He got his admission into a university on his first tenure as a member of the House of Assembly. So it's never too late to go to school, if you ask me. So he went to the university and he studied vocational and technical education. He didn't stop there, because, well, like she said, he is a good man, because I think he has aspirations to become better in his life. Yeah. Because he didn't stop there. He went further to study law and get a degree in law.
Wow.
I think that's your kind of man, right? That should be your kind of man.
You see, it just goes to show that, you can be anything you want to be. Your background, your past does not determine your future. Once you have a goal in mind and this is where you want to be, you can actually work towards that and get to the goal. Because as at the time that he was a bricklayer now, I'm sure if you had said that, I'll be a governor, like, what is this? And then everybody saying that, oh, bricklayer. Nobody would have thought, so you can be a governor tomorrow. So you really have to have a plan for your life. And nothing is ever too much. Like, you're dreaming too much. Calm down. You can't be governor long. You didn't even say you will have your own bricklaying this thing. You governor, chill. So there are people like that. So, there are people who try to kill other people's dreams because their own minds cannot fathom it. So don't let that happen to you. Whatever you dream and you believe in it, you can actually achieve it.
But did he really dream of being a governor?
He must, but he must have dreamt of something really good for himself.
Right.
And then there's no putting down the place of the helper.
You're in luck.
Yeah,
because,
he saw the
you know,
the potential in him. I'm like, this person, you just there are some people who just say that this person will do well, like if only he has a push, if somebody can push him, or if he has the opportunity, and he got the opportunity, and it's the better for it today.
There's something we say here, oil in your head. I think he has oil on his head because as at that time when he was a bricklayer, his wife was educated, his wife went to school and all that, but she still stayed with him. And speaking of him being a good man, he was funded by the initial governor of Ebonyi State, and this man chose him to be the next governor of Ebonyi State, making him the governor of today, now 2014. So I think he found favors in the sight of people because, well, like she said, he's a very, very good man. If you ask me,
maybe his middle name is Favor.
Actually, his middle name is Ogbona, not Favor. But we can add that to it if you let us. So I just feel like anything you do, just keep a positive mindset, do well, and I believe it will take you places.
Yeah.
Because this man, if you check the stretch of 14 years, 2010 he was a bricklayer, 2014 and 2024 he's a governor.
It's a success story indeed.
Like my president would say, hula balu.
Now you know.
Wow. So yes, I'm going to say this. I think we should just give like a background story on him, like how he started, where he's from, and all. So this our governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Nwafuru Ogbonna Francis. He came from a place in Ebonyi State called Easy, and his father. We didn't really hear much about his mother though, but trust to go online to give you information about his background. So his father was like we call it, herbalist, or should I say a traditional healer. He heals people for a living. So if you had like any sickness, whatnot, he was a healer for you. And then he came from a polygamous family because the father got married to 19 wives.
Hey, wait.
She not gonna agree. This one she will not agree to it. Like trust her now. Trust you. Tiwa says like for me, for you, for better,
I've not
for
said
worse.
anything though.
Please.
19. How many children then? How many siblings did he have?
That was not necessarily stated, but
wow, I can only imagine. If he had 19 wives, you couldn't have had less than 19 children. Assuming one person have one each. So and then I'm sure that they must have had 2, 3.
He's a healer. He can take care of them. Trust me.
He heal them all.
Yeah, he healed them. Moving on. I mean, how did he even?
Are you sure that it's not some of the people that he was healing that he now took as wives?
I was going there because most of these people, because of their sicknesses and like illness, their husband left, and also they just married him. And some of them liked the man for how tender and nice, caring he was. Then they ended up marrying him. How tender are you to your the people around you, or how caring are you? It goes a long way if you ask me. So that made people marry him. But my question to you today is, would you take your wife to this healer man to administer healing to your wife? Because from this story, he has been healing people and he has been getting married for
Is him that said it too?
No, it's a question. Okay. Well, Mama, if you were to be a man, would you take your wife to a man like that? To a healer? I'm
not a man, so I don't know.
So would you like to be taken to such healer?
I'm not sure. There's hospital.
Another story or another news I'd like to tell you guys, because I think it runs in the family, right? The father also contested for local government chairman.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
But the sad news is he lost. He lost. Very sad.
So the son decided that he was not going to lose.
And today, there he is.
Success story, like I said. Success story.
This story, it has encouraged me. Maybe I'll have the biggest bakery in Nigeria. Who knows?
Wow.
Supplying you ugly bread. Would you eat?
Wow,
Would you eat ugly bread? Oh well, guys, I hope this has I hope you have been educated about your Ebonyi State governor. For Ebonyi State people, never give up. For general Nigeria, don't give up. For the world, global, Kinikon.
Don't give up. And don't give up. Importantly, don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
On yourself.
You never know. Your story will change. Sometimes it takes a day. Sometimes it takes a year. It might have taken him 14 years, but yours might take lesser or longer.
And it could take longer. Okay.
So just keep doing what you do, keep showing up, and it gets better. You know, at this point, we'll just bring this particular gist, story, and information to a pause. Because I mean, we always come back with more stories and gist for you.
True that.
So until next time, make sure that we like your likes. It's useful for us. You know, share this video for those people that don't have this information, like we just gave to you, so they can have this information. And subscribe so you can be seeing us on your screen, giving you this information that is very vital to you. So until next time, goodbye.
Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles at The Eagle Online.
The Igbo.
See ya.
Bye, guys.